Alright fellas, now Volkanovski just made his highly anticipated return against Diego Lopez as the main event of UFC 314. The main question going into this fight was, is the Volkanovski of old still in him, or is he way past his prime? Yet even after a few losses, Volkanovski came back and proved that he is going nowhere. So we need to talk about what just happened in the fight, as well as what's next for both Lopez and Volkanovski. Just quickly though, if you love MMA, you're in the right place. My name's Cloister and I make MMA videos to help keep you informed, so make sure to subscribe and I'll always keep you in the loop. Now, Volkanovski's journey to UFC 314 hasn't been the easiest. In early 2023, he stepped up to the lightweight division to challenge Islam Makhachev at UFC 284. Despite a really strong effort, he lost by unanimous decision. He then returned to featherweight. He unified the title with a TKO win over Yair Rodriguez, really reaffirming his dominance. The following months presented the most significant challenges. In October 2023, Volkanovski took a short notice rematch against Islam Makhachev at UFC 294. That resulted in a first round knockout loss. And then the most impactful defeat of his career came in February 2024 at UFC 298, where he faced the rising star Ilia Topuria, and in a stunning upset, Topuria knocked out Volkanovski in the second round, ending his reign as featherweight champion. This marked Volkanovski's third loss in 4 fights, leading me to question, could the 36-year-old veteran reclaim his former glory? Now that's enough about Volk, what about Lopez? Now Lopez's journey to UFC 314 was marked by a meteoric rise. After a successful stint in the Lux Fight League where he became their featherweight champion, he quickly transitioned to the UFC and quickly established himself as a solid contender. By September of 2024, he had secured a 5-fight winning streak, with 3 of those victories coming by first round knockout. His performances earned him the number 3 spot in the UFC rankings. Lopez's aggressive approach and finishing ability made him a fan favourite and a legitimate threat to the division's elite. His background in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and combined with his striking prowess allowed him to adapt to various opponents, making him a versatile and unpredictable adversary. Now, what actually happened in the fight? In the first round, Volkanovski showed his trademark pressure and precision. He wobbled Lopez with a sharp left hook and executed a well-timed takedown, finishing the round on top with effective ground and pound. The dominant start set the tone, earning him the first round on all the judges' scorecards. The second round saw Volkanovski continue his momentum, utilising his jab to control the distance and dictate the pace. However, in the final seconds, Lopez landed a powerful right hand that dropped Volkanovski, marking the Brazilian's most significant moment in the fight. Despite this, Volk's overall control of the round kept him ahead. Rounds 3 and 4 highlighted Volk's adaptability and resilience. He maintained his striking superiority, frequently landing his left hook and outpacing Lopez in exchanges. In the fourth, Lopez connected with a rear hand uppercut that impaired Volkanovski's vision temporarily. Despite this adversity, Volkanovski recovered swiftly, regaining control and finishing the round strongly. Entering the final round, Lopez displayed urgency, knowing he needed a finish. He pressed forward aggressively, but Volk's superior footwork and counter-striking neutralized Lopez's offense. Volkanovski's consistent jab and composure under pressure secured him the round, ultimately securing him the unanimous decision victory. This win not only marks Volk's return to the top of the featherweight division, but also further cements his legacy as one of the sport's most elite fighters ever. His performance demonstrated that even at 36, he remains a solid force within the division, capable of dismantling opponents and delivering high-level competition. Yet with the featherweight title back around his waist, the question arises, who's next for Volkanovski? Now, the fight which would make the most sense is of course Evloev, an undefeated Russian wrestler with a 19-0 record. Evloev's consistent performances have positioned him as the leading contender in the featherweight division for the next title shot. He recently secured himself a unanimous decision victory over Sterling at UFC 310, which once again showed he has earned the right to challenge for that belt. Yet almost like a Bilal situation, the UFC doesn't seem too keen to give him that shot, but finally he may have positioned himself at the perfect time for a shot of the title. In a head-to-head matchup, Volkanovski's experience in striking could test Evloev's stand-up defense, whilst Evloev's grappling could challenge Volkanovski's takedown defense and ground game. I reckon personally it's pretty 50-50, but it would easily be the toughest potential fight Volk could take next. That's probably going to happen, unless Dana decides to give Volk a choice similar to when Pereira got Roundtree and enable him to pick someone lower in the rankings as sort of like a victory lap sort of fight so he can equal Aldo's record for all-time title defenses. But I guess who knows, all I know is that there's no chance a Topuria rematch happens next. So all talk of that can be shut down. He's hunting down the Islam matchup, and although I doubt he would win that, if the money makes sense, that fight's gonna happen. Either way, he's moved up to lightweight. For Diego Lopez, his next fight I think has basically already been made. Yair Rodriguez seems to be the next obvious opponent for Diego Lopez. After their argument at the UFC 314 press conference and Yair taking care of business against Pitbull, I can't see how this fight doesn't happen. There's clearly bad beef between the two, and the fight just makes sense. They're going to be about ranked the same, and the winner of the two would re-establish themselves as a true challenger within the division. I would love to see this fight go down, really just because I like to see a bit of bad blood. I feel like of recent times there just hasn't been enough proper beasts within the UFC. I know being professional and good sportsmanship is good for the sport as a whole, but man, I kinda miss Conor throwing things through bus windows. So it's nice to see a couple fighters just have a proper go at each other. Just adds another layer of excitement. But for the moment, Volkanovski has re-established himself back onto the scene as the true champ, proven all the doubters wrong and showed he's here to stay. Well, for the moment. I hope they pack Volkanovski versus Evloev and Yair versus Lopez on the same card. Have a packed featherweight showdown card, but let's be honest, that probably won't happen. Anyway, the next few bouts for Volkanovski will really show if he's back to stay or if this was a one-off. Could he cement himself within the GOAT conversation, or will he just be another former champ? I guess only time will tell. In the next few days, we'll be breaking down the rest of the fights from this card, so make sure to subscribe and I'll be sure to have you covered. Now let me know what you thought of the fight. Let me know your breakdown of the fight, as well as what do you see next for both Volkanovski and Lopez. If you did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It really does a ton to help the channel. Yet, thanks for watching fellas, and I'll catch you in the next one.